Good morning, students. Today's topic we will be continuing from yesterday's video, methods of measuring national income. So from the methods, we have three methods of measuring the national income. One is income method, second product method, and third expenditure method. So today in our video we will be discussing about the product method. How the national income is calculated under the product method. This method is also known as output method. Product, goods or output method or inventory method. There are several names for this product method, or also we can call it as a value added method. Under this method, the national income is estimated by aggregating means total up. That is, we are calculating, we are totaling up, that is aggregate the value of all final goods and services. All the final goods and services value. Suppose in our country, in the year 2019, it is a particular year in the country, that is in India. For example, in a country, totally the aggregate value of all final goods, when they calculate that value, it's nothing but calculating the national income under the product method. So once again I will repeat, the estimation by aggregating the value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a year, it is called as a product method. See, this product method can be followed in two ways. Okay, there are two ways. Firstly, valuing there are two methods are there under the product method. So the two ways are, number one, that is aggregating, valuing all the final goods and services product during a year at their market price. Okay, so market price means which will be including the indirect tax also. See, suppose we buy a soap or a brush or a toothpaste. So in that wrapper, in that cover, it will be mentioned inclusive of all taxes. That means market price means which will be included the indirect tax. Second one is by adding up all the values at each stage of production. Okay, so until these products are turned into a final goods. The former, here I told you there are two methods, two ways of calculating. So one is called as a final good method. Number two is value added method. There are two ways. Okay, two ways of measuring the national income under the product method. One is final good method, the another one is value added method. Okay, first we'll see what is final goods method. According to this, the value of all final goods and services, for example wristwatch or a TV or a bus, so that is all final goods for the consumption purpose. Okay, so in different sectors is included. See, we have industries, we have a small scale industry, we have large scale industry, we have a medium scale industry, we have a service sector, we have a different sectors, okay, like agriculture, mining, horticulture. Here that all final goods values will be included, okay. And here the intermediate goods. So in the beginning class of this national income, we have discussed about the few goods like final goods and intermediate goods. Intermediate goods means the goods which is produced by one and used to produce the some other goods. Such goods are called as the intermediate goods. Final goods means the goods is ready for the final use. Okay, so here under the final good method, the intermediate goods is ignored. We will not calculate the intermediate goods here. Okay, this is because the value of the final goods is included in the value of a intermediate good. For example, the bread we can take it. Okay, bread. So before we see bread as a total output, that means a final good bread, it is ready for consumption. But how that bread comes from? The farmer grows the wheat, and that wheat is converted into a flour, and that flour is converted the baker converts into a bread. So it goes through several process, right? So that flour is an intermediate good. That flour is converted into a bread. So can you understand the point? Final good means it is a bread. Value added. So that is about the final good. Now the value added method. Okay, here according to this value added method, the value added at each stage of production process is included. So I told you two ways of measuring the national income. One is final good method, the second one is value added method. Okay, so under this value added, here at each stage of production means, that is wheat is one stage of production, converting that wheat into a flour is another stage of production, that flour is converted into a bread, that is another. That each stage of production value is added. We say VAT, right? Value added tax. How the VAT tax is imposed? At each stage of production the tax is imposed. That is called as a value added tax. Like that, at each stage of production on wheat there is a one tax, means a one price, and flour, then the bread. So under this value added, okay, at each stage of production process is included. The difference between the value of a final output and the input at each stage of production is called as a value added method. Got it? Thus, GDP is obtained. How the GDP is calculated? By totaling up the sum total of the values added by all the different stages of the production process till the final output is reached in the hands of the consumer. So this is what about the value added method. So here one example, let us see. Let us imagine there are two firms X and Y. Suppose X use no raw material and produces cotton worth rupees 50, and X sells its cotton to firm Y. Okay, X is selling the cotton 50 to firm Y, who uses it to produce the cloth. Y sells the cloth produced to consumers for rupees 200. Okay, now how the GDP is calculated? In the phase of product or a value added method, here the value added equals sales. So here the firm X sold for 50 rupees and Y is using this cotton as a intermediate good. Got it? So the cotton which is sold by firm X to Y, and Y is using the cotton as an intermediate good, and Y is converting that cotton into a cloth, and finally it is selling for 200. So 200 minus intermediate. What is the intermediate good which they purchase? 50. So 200 minus 50. What will be the remaining? The remaining is 150. Okay, so here the value added equals sales minus intermediate goods. So we'll see this with the help of a table. So how the value added method is used? So value added method means, I told you already, at each stage of production the values is included. Value of an article added at each stage of production is called as a value added method. So here firm X and this is firm Y. Okay, firm X is selling to Y for 50 rupees, and already I told you there to get the value added method. Through value added method, if you are focusing on calculating the income, that is sales. Sales is firm Y sold for 200 rupees. And what is the intermediate goods? 50 rupees minus intermediate good. Sale is 200 and intermediate good is 50. The remaining is 150. That concept only has been given in the form of a table. Okay, particulars are sales, intermediate, consumption, value added. Here firm X and firm Y. So firm X have been sold for 50 rupees. Here there is no intermediate good. So that value added will be totally 50. And here firm Y, that is it sold for 200 rupees, and how much firm Y has been spent to get the intermediate good? It spent rupees 50. That is according to our assumptions, that is example given 200, that is sales minus intermediate goods. 200 minus 50 is 150. So this 150 value will be totaled up, and here the 50 value is totaled up. That is value added method. Okay, so still more I wanted to say a few things about this. So in this example, according to this which is given, that GDP is calculated of the value added, here 50 rupees and here 150, totally 200. Like that, how many A, B, C, D, like that companies, firms are there, totally how much they are selling, all that values will be calculated in the whole of the country. Through that they will add up the national income. Got it? And here we have some problem in this product method. What is the problem is in the value added method? The problem of double counting. Here we have a problem of double counting, because sometime we will not be able to know the difference between the intermediate good and the final good. Here sometime here the 200 will be calculated, again 50 will be calculated. Actually this 50 and this 150 together it is 200, right? So sometime it leads to the double counting in the economy, because all people cannot give the exact picture. So in order to avoid this double counting problem in the national income, we have to maintain certain precautions, measures while estimating the national income. Just like that I will be going through. Number one, here to avoid this double counting, the value of the final goods only they have to consider. Final goods only they have to consider in the calculation. They should not consider the intermediate goods. Okay, and here the final goods and services should be taken into consideration. Number two is the values of a goods used for a self-consumption. Now, I am a farmer, I am growing the wheat or a paddy. Whether I will put everything for a selling? No, I will keep some part from that for my household consumption. So, during that time, I am keeping for myself means what will happen to that values? So I have to, in a guesswork, suppose 25 kg, 50 kg of rice I kept. So by taking that guesswork, I have to include some numbers. Otherwise, we will not be getting the exact national income values. We will not get it. Okay, through some guesswork, I have to add it. The next is indirect taxes. So market price means which will be included the indirect taxes. Here the indirect tax should be deducted. Indirect tax, and what is the subsidy given from the government should be added up, so that we will calculate the national income properly. The next is the value of export should be added, okay, and value of import should be deducted to get the proper national income. Next is, already I told you about the concept called depreciation cost. That depreciation cost also has to be deducted. And sometimes we will buy the second hand goods, right? Second hand bike. So that second hand goods values should be ignored. Okay, these are the certain things we have to keep it in mind while calculating the product method. And finally, I will conclude this product method. The output method or product method is widely used in a developing countries. Developing countries means like India, we use a product method only. So under which things we calculate this product method? In the field of agriculture, mining and manufacturing, but it is not applied to the service. Okay, in the services we cannot calculate this product. Suppose I am going to the hospital to take a treatment from the doctor is treating me, there it is not product, it is services, I got it. Okay, here the services values are ignored. Okay, we don't get the exact picture, but still we are following the product method only for the agriculture, mining and manufacturing, but it's not applied for the service sector. Okay, so this is about the product method of calculating the national income. In the next video we will be discussing about the expenditure method. Thank you for watching.